there really is a new boss in town, and his name's Keith Pelley. And in the past we've seen some powerful people in that position before, and Richard Petty and Tim Lewicki, but there always was an arm's length away from the hockey side of things. I get the sense now Keith Pelley's going to be a lot more involved from behind the scenes. I don't think necessarily he wants to be looked at as a guy that's making hard decisions here, but ultimately he will be, and that no longer falls in the hands of Brendan Shanahan.
Look, Keith used to be the man in charge here. We all work for him. He was never afraid to make a move. Having said that, are you surprised Shanahan still is Leafs president?
You know what? Not really, because he really just started in April, Ken, and there was already a significant move, and we know it was an easy one, low-hanging fruit, I like to call it, in firing Sheldon Keefe. But to go out there and fire Brendan Shanahan right now and not really have any type of replacement, or leave it all in the hands of Brad Treliving by himself, isn't the smartest move. There's still value in Brendan Shanahan. He had a Hall of Fame career. He gets phone calls returned from any executive in the National Hockey League. He's got a great rapport with Gary Bettman. It didn't make any sense to tell Brendan Shanahan to stay home while we pay you all of next season, or maybe beyond that, depending on his contract situation. So, we're going to get a sense now that Shanahan and Treliving are going to work together to make some hard decisions moving forward. And Keith Pelley will be above them to watch it all unfold.
One thing Shanahan didn't do, give a vote of confidence to the core. Surprised by that?
No, not at all. He'd need to be he'd have an escort out of the building between the media and maybe some of the fans if they did hear that. There has to be a level of unacceptance. I think we heard that to a certain extent. There will be changes. And, not necessarily from just the player side of it. There's a whole list that you need to go through top to bottom in this organization, and that's even behind the scenes. Their scouting department has been embarrassing. They haven't produced one defenseman outside of already of having Morgan Rielly 10 years ago. So I think there's going to be changes in the scouting staff, from the pro side, the amateur side. I think from top to bottom, you got to go through a laundry list to find out where you need to make changes in this organization.
No, we know there's a change behind the bench. So who's going to be the new head coach of the Leafs? Lots of names floating out there. Frank Berube, names like that.